Coming to you live from the rinks in Oppog, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Joined alongside camera operator Rowan Laddick, I am Ryan Brannigan. Third matchup of the night here on the South Rink. Second consecutive JV matchup. This one between Longwood and Sachem. Sachem had to be pleased with the results of our last game, as Northport Huntington trying to chase down Sachem in the race for that final playoff spot, losing to St. Anthony JV Gold by a score of 4-0. Gaetano Cecchino incredible in that game, picking up the shutout. St. Anthony JV Gold with the win, up to 20 points. Leapfrog West Islip and East Islip in a third place. Longwood, they currently sit 7th, tied for that spot. One win behind KPC, so KPC with the tiebreaker. 7-4-2 record. They beat Sachem 4-3 in their last matchup against one another. That game taking place all the way back on October the 5th. Longwood coming off a 9-3 loss to first place St. Anthony JV Black on December 17th. This is the first game of the new year for the Longwood Lions. Same could be said for Sachem, as they also coming off a couple of losses, 4-2 to St. Anthony JV Gold and 3-1 to first place Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red. They have played in a lot of close games this year, have Sachem, but been on the wrong end of said games, including that last one out against Longwood. Sachem 0-1 in the new year with that loss to Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red by that score of 3-1. A win for Sachem would be huge. As I look at the standings, 1 point behind Connecticut Sayville JV Red. Sachem have a game in hand on Connecticut Sayville. They will leapfrog the T-Birds into that final playoff spot. If they're able to get a win tonight, a point will tie them, and because they will have one less win, they will not be in that final playoff spot. They will be closer. As for Longwood, as I mentioned, they are 7th. A win tonight will put them in front of KPC with 18 points into the 6th place spot, and 2 points behind West Islip for 4th place, as the JV division is a tight race this season. Starting goaltending has been announced for each team. For Longwood, getting the nod, Kasper Stabinski. And for Sachem, it'll be Michael Walsh. Stabinski this season for Longwood, a 3.25 goals against average, has played and started in 4 games, a 2-1-1 record in said games. And for Sachem, Michael Walsh getting the go. It'll be his 11th start of the year. 3.21 goals against average for Walsh, 3-6-1 record for Walsh, that one being an overtime loss, whereas the one for Longwood is a tie. Similar numbers, though, from each starting goaltender. Some players to look out for in this matchup. Leading the way in points and assists for Longwood is Nick Shepard. 16 assists for Shepard to go along with 4 goals, 20 points, leading the way for the Lions. As for other players to look out for, Brendan Nicotri, 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points in 10 games played. And Jeremy Maresca leads the way in terms of goals with 16 on the year. 19 points for Maresca. Chris Bellaro, also another notable player to keep your eye out on the Longwood end of things. As for Sachem, they're led by Zach Hesse. Hesse, 18 points in 11 games played. Also leads Sachem in goals with 11. Justin Hunter, Ryan Retigliano, 10 and 9 points respectively, second and third on the team. There's a quick whistle for offsides. 6 seconds in a puck drop in this one. Again, want to thank you all so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. We appreciate your support. Hesse trying to roll into the offensive zone, poked out. Cole Calber. His older brother, Cam, going to be involved in a very big game for Sachem varsity in a moment. Takeaway, Hunter, shot, save made. Quick early test for Stabinski, passes it in flying colors. Hesse taken away, pushing it to the front of the net, wouldn't go. And skated out by Hickson. Hickson, a stalwart on the back end to Gaudiello. Michael Gaudiello. Try to go toward the middle of the ice, broken up. Swept around by Shepard. Nicotri trying to pick it up in behind the net. Kane. And now Cole Calber turns it over. Gaudiello walks and scores! Michael Gaudiello. 1-0 Longwood. This is just a simple no can do as a defenseman. As Cole Calber is going to get the puck, not really pressured much, and just gives it away to Gaudiello, who has momentum on his side, takes it to the forehand, beats Walsh to open the scoring. Longwood trying to extend their lead. Maresca carried it in, broken up. Payton with a big hit in the near corner. Maresca try to flip one across. All the way onto the stick of Fink. Fink to Maresca. Maresca wrist shot. Blocker save made by Walsh. Shepard picks up an assist on the goal from Gaudiello. Gaudiello potting his 11th of the season and 17th point. Longwood with early momentum. Retigliano gets around Maresca. Starts up ice on the right wing boards. Centers one for Saguna. Saguna lost it, and Taby shovels it into neutral ice. Wellman off the bench trying to go into the offensive zone. Speared away from him. On back for Kane. Tape Retigliano could not get around Taby. And Taby pushes it right back into the zone for Krush to take over for Sachem. Krush across to Kane. Kane up ahead. Wellman drops it off for Retigliano. Retigliano shot from the near circle. Gloved by Stabinski. Face-off coming to the right of Kasper Stabinski. One at the defensive end by Longwood. Byers sends around. Ilg first on it. Far boards. Banks one back for Krush. Krush return pass to Ilg. Ilg over to Wellman. Couldn't get good wood on it. Kane spun it right back towards Stabinski. Got the stick in to make the stop. Krush holding in at the far point. Krush to Ilg. Ilg. Far circle. Sharp angle try. Saves Stabinski. Rebound! Stopped by Stabinski as well, as Wellman had the look in tight. Kasper Stabinski looking sharp early for the Lions. Back in their first meeting, it was Sachem that jumped out to the 1-0 lead. At right around the same time, it was Hesse unassisted. As they try to get Hesse up ice off the back of his skate. Byers now in for the Lions. Overskated. Sent one toward Cole Hamas. Cole Calber try to go up ahead for Hunter. And now Hesse picks up the loose puck. Hesse in with speed. Far circle. Lets one fly over the net and out of the zone. Saguna. Calber lost it to Shepard. Shepard trying to go to get to Gaudiello. Instead, it's Hesse going the other way. Hesse drops it for Feely. Feely poked away by Nick Shepard. Shepard behind his back to Nicotri, who settles things down. Nicotri to Shepard. Shepard spins in. First on it, Gaudiello, shot save, rebound save made! Point blank on Brandon Nicotri by Walsh. Gaudiello. Shepard trying to go back to Gaudiello. Now Byers shot from the near point. Save made, Walsh. Rebound still loose and found its way on the stick of Hesse, who skates it free. Hits Feely. Feely. Wrist shot blocked by Byers. Feely had to come right back to him. Tries to play it down the near boards. Instead comes to Gaudiello. Gaudiello hounded by Feely. Feely trying to take it away. Rolls to Hickson. Hickson taken away by Payton. Gets it right back and out of the zone. Retigliano trying to go to himself off the far boards. Feely snaps one on and a right pad save made by Stabinski. Back to Retigliano. Ryan Retigliano. Backhands it down the far boards for Payton. Payton. Retigliano. Nicotri banks it out of the zone. Krush, the lone Sachem defender, back, able to make a play on it. Retigliano far boards. On for DiGiacomo. Retigliano. Near circle, trying to dissect his way through. Comes back to Portanova at the door line. It wouldn't go. Payton. Stripped of the puck by Maresca. Headmans to Zano. On back for Saguna. 9:12 to go first period. 1-0 Longwood. On a goal scored by Michael Gaudiello. Ryan Fink backhands around. Fink trying to get to the loose puck. DiGiacomo trying to get a touch. Held in by Taby. Taby and Retigliano at the line. And finally DiGiacomo helps it out of the zone. Lions touch up. DiGiacomo works it near side. On the back end, ahead to Payton. Tyler Payton. Knocked down Taby. Retigliano out of the corner with the puck. Skate to stick. Retigliano. Around Zano. Cuts middle. Wrist shot. Never got through. Kicked on behind to Taby. Held in at the line by Kane. Payton. In front of the net. Back up top. Kane to Wellman. Wellman, wrist shot. Pad save made by Stabinski. And now Fink to himself near side. Fink trying to get around the defender Loeb, and Loeb does a good job preventing Fink from doing so. He thought, I don't think so. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible, Joe. Maresca. Stopped by Retigliano. Saguna. Loeb around Taby. Checked by Fink, survives. Loeb across Wellman. Couldn't settle the puck. Ilg. Stopped at the line by Hamas, and Hamas sends to neutral ice. Sachem reset. They have responded well after allowing the early goal. Kasper Stabinski has looked sharp. Saguna. Backdoor, what a save, Stabinski! Got it with the glove! Out in front, another opportunity for Loeb, turned aside. Ill got a stick on it as well. And off the glass to center. Sachem coming close to tying the game, and nothing to show for it. Ilg batting one ahead, taken by Hickson. Hickson knocks down Ilg to the ice. Duep trying to get a play on it as well. Macklin Smith. Now Feely. Banked on a center. Krush. Justin Hunter. And now Feely. Sean Feely. Dumped around by Krush. Krush toward the front of the net. Stick of Hickson in the way, now put out toward the front. Cole Calver snaps one wide. Krusch keeps it alive on the far boards. Clearing attempt from Hickson went right into the backside of Duet. Krusch sends it down the far boards. Another good cycle and shift from Sachem. Loose puck available. Smith to it. And Smith will just fire it all the way down ice for an icing on Longwood. Sachem have put the pressure on the Lions after they scored the opening goal and lead it 1-0. Sachem had a 2-0 lead in that first game against Longwood. They would ultimately lose 4-3. Retigliano to take the face-off to the left of Stabinski. Won defensively by Nicotri. Taken away by Payton in behind. Payton trying to go out in front. And that missed both DiGiacomo and Retigliano. Nick Shepard out of the zone with speed. Checked by Kane. Down and around to Gaudiello on the other side. Nicotri in the far corner. Taby. Return pass Nicotri. Nicotri Gaudiello. Gaudiello unable to step around Retigliano, and Payton races to the loose puck. Payton backhands across behind Retigliano, who circles back to it. Ryan Retigliano putting the moves on Shepard, trying to get away from Gaudiello. Here's Payton. Payton. Puck on goal, sticked away by Stabinski. Payton in the near corner, trying to take it away for Sachem. Retigliano, backhand pass just a little bit behind Payton, who picks it up in the near side. Payton centers Retigliano, shot it wide. Backhanded to the line, and Stabinski's stick is caught in the net. It's still there, and now it's able to come out of one of the holes of the net. So offensive zone face-off for the charcoal and gold. Won by Ilg. Loeb to Ilg. Byers getting the stick in. Ilg hustles right back to it, keeps the play alive, but intercepting the pass is Gaudiello. Trying to lead Shepard into the zone. Shepard, drop for Gaudiello. Gaudiello, back down low to Shepard, out in front. Caught up in the equipment of Saguna. Nicotri. Checked by Saguna. His older sibling will be playing in that varsity matchup that gets underway in about 10 minutes against Northport Huntington. Will be Northport Huntington's homecoming game as well. Saguna at the line had a little trouble with it, and now Shepard is onside. Shepard, far circle, hits the break, centers, and it's behind Gaudiello. And now Loeb makes a move up ice. Nicotri gets back. He's with Byers as well. Long shot from the circle right into the breadbasket of Kasper Stabinski. 3:27 left here in period number one. 1-0 Longwood leading Sachem. Once again, you're listening live. If you're live, could be listening on the replay. If so, what's up? How are we doing, replay guys? But for now, talking to the live folks here on LI Sports Network. Sean Feely in the near corner. Hunter. Fan on a pass toward the middle. Puck ends up out of the zone. Krusch with an incoming forecheck provided by Keith McLaughlin. Byers to the loose puck. Portanova for Sachem takes over. Portanova. Fink on the forecheck along with Maresca. Portanova's pass eventually found its way through to Sean Feely. Feely around McLaughlin. Feely around the stick check of Fink. Feely on the backhand. Spins down to the ice, stays with it. What a play to Hesse off the post. Incredible hand-eye coordination, patience, and poise displayed by Sean Feely to set up Hesse with the shot, but could not beat Stabinski. Hesse to Hunter, centering pass intercepted by Maresca. And the Lions' leading scorer makes its way up ice. Survives the stick check of Hesse. Kane putting Maresca to the boards. Fink kept it beneath the goal line. Now McLaughlin through Fink and Hesse regrouping. Hesse to himself. Hunter in the area as well. He'll call Hunter off. Hunter to the bench. Hesse into the offensive zone. Around Hickson. Hesse to the backhand. Denied by Stabinski. Great rush up ice from Zach Hesse. And once again, Kasper Stabinski with something to say about it. Payton trying to bulldoze his way into the offensive zone. Retigliano in support. Held in at the near point by Saguna. Retigliano. Payton near corner. Try to chop one out in front off the skate of Hickson. Thomas backhands ahead. Zano trying to clear it out the far point. Cole Calber holding his own. And finally, punch to neutral ice by Byers, who will go for a change. Saguna, Retigliano, skate to stick. Retigliano cuts wide, near circle, now cuts middle, lost control of the puck as he tried taking it to the backhand. Gets around Orenzo, but good stick from Hickson breaks it up. And now skated into the O-zone by Orenzo. Orenzo lost the handle, and Cole Calber flips in the direction of Payton. On back for Orenzo. Gives it right back to Sachem. Retigliano trying to accelerate through center. Stick from Taby. Poked it to the line, not out as time expires in the first period. Longwood scored early, got the lead, and have held on to it to this point despite the numerous chances for Sachem to tie. It is 1-0 Longwood at the end of one. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Second period on its way in just a moment, so stick around on LISN. Second period underway here live from the rinks at Oppog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan joined alongside camera operator Rowan Laddick here for this final matchup on the south side. Sachem coming into the night 4-8-1. 1 point back of the last playoff spot, while Longwood occupy 7 seed shot from Hunter took a redirection wide. Gaudiello in the near corner. Hits Shepard in stride. That's Nicotri streaking up the left wing side. Shot from Shepard deflects over the net. Getting the stick in was Saguna. Tavy trying to go down the near board. Shepard across ice. Couldn't find a friendly stick. Now Loeb. Or pardon me, that's Payton. Payton streaking up the left side. Battling Lorenzo. Payton using the big frame. Backhands one. That's intercepted by Shepard. And Sachem unable to hold in. Saguna. Banks one right back onto the stick of Shepard. Shepard gave it away to Retigliano. Play is onside. Retigliano rip and a glove save made. Stabinski. Kasper Stabinski remains dialed for the Longwood Lions. I mentioned Chris Bellaro at the start of the game. He is not in the lineup for Longwood. He's got that suspension S next to his name. Now, I take that with a grain of salt because Michael Gaudiello also has said S next to his name, indicating suspended, though he obviously is very much on the ice tonight, has the difference-making goal in the game. Payton in the near corner. In behind for Retigliano, battling Byers. Byers sticking with him. Retigliano swept it around for Payton. Payton in behind the net, going to work on Hickson. Hickson laying it into Payton. Payton down to the ice. Retigliano through the legs of Byers, looking for space. But not much room out there for Sachem. Great defense from Longwood. Poked out of the zone by McLaughlin. McLaughlin centers one on the backhand. Pad save made. Walsh. Rebound. They score! It's Fink! 2-0 Lions. And the former leading scorer in the developmental league a season ago cashes in on a great setup and rush up ice by the likes of McLaughlin. And it says Maresca's got the secondary assist. So credit where credit's due. Sachem now down 2-0. And Stabinski makes yet another save. This one probably going wide off the stick of Ilg. Hesse, Ilg, Loeb, the line for Sachem. Ilg off the face-off tie-up from Hesse. Takes another shot towards Stabinski, who is there to make the save. 12:37 left here in the second period. Ilg will take the face-off now with Hesse behind him. Same play. Hesse just unable to get there in time. Saguna takes the shot from the point. Goes wide. Try to go right back, and out in front was Ilg. Loeb got tangled up in front of the net. Hesse keeps in at the far boards. Hesse spun it to Ilg. Ilg spins it down the far boards. Byers first on it for Longwood. Sends around. Calbrewer keeps the cycle going for Sachem, but nobody there on the backside. Or the weak side there for Sachem. Saguna on the tape of Loeb. Loeb! Great play by Hickson, getting in there defensively to prevent the shot from Loeb. And now Hickson trying to clear the zone. And will skate it to center, despite the constant harassment there from Ilg. Sachem right back in. Loeb battling Fink and Byers. Maresca trying to chop it ahead off the stick of Hesse and out of play. 11:38 left here in the middle period. Period of the long change. See if that affects anything, opens anything up. The insurance marker provided little over a minute ago by Ryan Fink. Fink's 5th of the season. Wellman flipped it across. Krusch keeps in. Macklin Smith with enough touch sends it down ice without an icing. Kane. Near side, held in by Taby. Krusch. Backhands one for Feely. Sean Feely. Now Hunter with Wellman, 2-on-2 over the blue. Pass intended for Wellman, intercepted. Good play made by Arenzo. Wellman in the far corner. Battling Duet. Macklin Smith there as well. And Smith now with the puck. Back for Krusch. Krusch, low shot, save made Stabinski. Rebound. Cleared out from in front by Arenzo. Hamas trying to go cross ice with it. Broken up. Taken back by Smith, who dumps in. Walsh out to stop it. Left it for Kane. Kane ahead for Feely. Feely into the offensive zone. Hits the brakes. Lets Taby go by him. Try to feed Wellman in the slot. Taby was there. And now Renzo skates out for Longwood. Rink wide for Shepard. Shepard tried to get around Portanova, and Longwood will go to the power play with a little over 5 minutes gone by in the second period. This is the first power play of the game for either side. Nick Shepard a little slow to get up. And 74 for Charcoal and Gold will sit for 2 minutes. Tripping, I believe will be the call. Looks like Sachem and Northport Huntington varsity getting underway. About 3.5 minutes into that game. Power play Longwood. And a chance to really open things up. If they can score a third here. Shepard, despite being shaken up, he's out there on the power play. Reversed one for Gaudiello. Gaudiello trying to go back to the point. Fired down ice by Saguna. Retigliano aggressive on the penalty kill. Hurries Stabinski. Gaudiello surviving the flyby from Kane. Pushes one on for Nicotri. Nicotri across. And good stick in there from Saguna. And Saguna surviving the check. Leads Retigliano out of the zone. Retigliano. Hickson there with him stride for stride. His seam pass intercepted and ahead for Shepard. Shepard is in. Shepard denied! Off the post. And now they say it's a goal. And here it is again. Shepard on the breakaway is going to cut it to the forehand. Looked like it went off the post. It ended up in the corner somehow. They say it went in. Had a better view on the ice than I did up here in the booth. Sachem now down by 3. Nick Shepard with a bit of a dagger on a great feed from Brandon Nicotri to come out of the zone. Let's go. After Sachem were trying to be aggressive on the penalty kill. So 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. Our Longwood. Calber fan on the shot. Taby jousting with Hesse. Or pardon me, that's DiGiacomo. Calber. Lead pass forward to DiGiacomo. Got by him. And punched out of the zone, Walsh. Flings it ahead, out of the reach of Payton. Lorenzo can play it, no icing, and will. Carrying it around the Longwood net. Trying to go ahead of Fink. Krusch. Touch pass to Giacomo, gave it away to Taby. Connor Taby. Wrist shot from the near circle, turned away by Walsh. Lorenzo could not keep it in, and the puck touches the stick of Fink. Offsides on Longwood. Shepard's 5th of the year, and his 22nd point. Second point of the game, goal and assist for Nicholas Shepard. Brandon Nicotri picking up the primary assist. His point total now up to 19 on the season. Saguna trying to hit Loeb with the stretch pass. Jumped the stick, becomes an icing against the charcoal and gold. Offensive zone face-off here for Longwood. Due up to take the draw, flanked by Smith and Zano. Hickson and Byers on defense for the Lions. Takes the draw from Hesse, and eventually controlled by Saguna in behind. Saguna trying to go up the far boards, held in by Byers. Now Hesse has it in behind. Hesse avoiding the poke from Zano. Skates up ice on the right wing side. Hesse drags, shoots, save made. Stabinski kicks it to the near corner. Hesse, Retigliano, Ilg the line. And Sachem putting the lines in a bit of a blender here. Ilg to the point. Portanova shot deflected, save, rebound. It's somehow kept out. Kasper Stabinski, are you kidding me? Give and go, Hesse on the backhand. To Portanova. Fires it right back down and around. Retigliano. Pressured from Byers. To the point and out of the zone. Sachem still unable to solve the labyrinth that is Kasper Stabinski. Puck deflected up into the air in play. Byers. Ryan Hickson tries to return it to Byers. Got by him. Here is Retigliano looking to take advantage. Backhands one in front. Feely off the high deflection. Not sure it ever got through to Stabinski. Hesse picks the pocket of Hickson. Hesse slows up. Wrist shot. Glove save made. Stabinski. How good is Kasper Stabinski? Here's a replay of that last grade A chance for Sachem. Starts with a deflection right there and then stays with it. My goodness. Taby. Longwood clear to center, and Nicotri fires in. Feely near side, first to the loose puck. Banks around, hoping for Loeb, out of the reach of Loeb. Held in by Taby at the far point. Taken by Kane. Kane will skate it out to center. Hits Loeb. Loeb with Lorenzo getting back. Loeb, now Wellman, he scores! Zach Wellman gets Sachem on the board. It's 3-1 with 5:26 to go in the second. Beats Stabinski glove side. You knew it was going to take a really good chance or a real greasy goal to beat Kasper Stabinski. Wellman from Loeb, and should be a secondary assist coming. Here's Gaudiello. Gaudiello! Oh, just missed. Nearly answered right back for Longwood. Instead, it's Sachem going up the other way. Wellman through center. Still in the zone. Saguna backhands it down the boards. Tavy and Loeb. Now Feely. Backhands around. Shepard on the loose puck. Intercepted by Loeb. Loeb turns, shoots over the net in the far circle. Feely smushed against the near corner boards by Orenzo. Put toward the front of the net, hoping for Loeb. Instead, Nicotri. Outlets. Taking it on the backhand, Gaudiello. And off the stick of Cole Calber, and out of play. 4:37 left in the second period. Wellman's 5th of the year has given Sachem some life here in the third, cutting the 3-goal lead to 2, or in the second rather. Retigliano wins the faceoff from Maresca. Portanova banks ahead to Payton. Payton left wing side, knocked off the puck. Held in by the skates of Portanova. Tries to go to DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo checks Hickson into the boards. Hickson trying to still play it, trying to plunge it to the front of the net was Retigliano. Krush near point, low wrist shot, never got through. Byers got a skate on it and fell down to the ice.
Get there.
Fink dumps in. That's Krush carrying in behind the Sachem goal, now out of the zone and ahead of Retigliano and back to Krush. Krush down the left wing boards, checked by Byers. Krush goes down, good clean hit there from Byers. Maresca to Fink, and Fink banks to center. Tyler Payton backhands out of the reach of Krush. Stabbed at by McLaughlin. Taken away by Retigliano, who starts up ice with speed. Ryan Retigliano, far circle, a shot, missed the net wide. Fink unable to slow it down. Payton gets there first. And now Fink goes down, Payton goes down. Looked incidental to me. Payton. Saguna near side, picks up the puck. 3-on-2 over the blue. Saguna, Ilg one-time blast, scores! Joseph Ilg! And the Longwood lead is cut to 1. One of the few odd man rushes in this game for Sachem. Most of their pressure has come in the offensive zone. And Saguna puts it on a tee for Ilg, who picks the top corner and beats Dubinsky clean. And Sachem with 2 consecutive goals in the latter half of the second period. Have Sachem within 1. And now how big is that Nicholas Shepard goal? Scored at the 9:04 mark of the second, gave Longwood a 3-0 lead. Banked ahead. Macklin Smith for Tavy. Tavy taking it wide on Saguna. Wouldn't this be a fantastic first round playoff matchup? However, Sachem currently sitting outside a playoff spot. And Longwood not in a place to play them. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and the pass blocked by Orenzo. What a defensive play! Joseph Orenzo comes up big as the lone D-man back with Sachem on the prowl for the equalizer. Cole Calber. Saguna gave it away. I think Zano could have played that puck. I know he was off sides, but Sachem went right back in. Feely. Shot, blocker save made. Dubinsky. Hunter trying to go right back out in front. All the way through the paint and out of the zone. D-to-D pass, Portanova to Calber. Sachem with momentum, dump in. Hunter centers, taken away by Smith. And Macklin Smith clears the zone. Portanova right back in for Sachem. Minute and 17 seconds remaining here in this second period. We've had 3 goals here in the second. 2 straight for Sachem. Cole Calber Cross corner dump. Lorenzo and Loeb on the chase. Held in by Portanova. Down the far boards. In around for Lorenzo. Lorenzo to Gaudiello. Gaudiello in the feet into Kotri. Taken back by Ilg. Ilg, the most recent goal for Sachem. Fired it over the net. Cole Calberer flicked it right back on. Missed the net wide. Portanova able to stab at it to keep it alive for Sachem. Loeb had it poked from him. Good play made by Taby. And now that's Shepard ahead with it. Had it poked from his stick. Taby lost a handle. Right back out to neutral ice with 20 seconds to go in the period. Brandon to Kotri. To Shepard. Shepard, a little backhand slice at it. Sputtering puck picked up by Wellman. Wellman, who got the scoring started for Sachem. Centers. Nobody home. Krush with 2 seconds. Out in front, saves Stubinsky, and that takes us to the third period, where once again Sachem and Longwood are neck and neck in their second meeting with one another this year. It's the Lions ahead by 1 going into the final period of regulation time. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Stay tuned, third period on its way. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hot Pog. Suffolk County High School Hockey League action, JV action. Sachem and Longwood. Longwood scoring the game's first 3 goals of the game. They led it 3-0 at the 9:04 mark of the second period. Zach Wellman from Loeb at 5:26 and Ilg from Saguna at 2:58. Both goals for Sachem have cut the lead to 1. In the corner, Sachem, it's DiGiacomo. Knocked off the puck by Hickson. Fink with DiGiacomo, aggressive, trying to hustle back. And a good play by Saguna to take it away. Breaks up the Longwood rush, but had a deke at the line, resulting in the offsides as Retigliano is trying to get going into the O-zone. Face-off win, dumping in our Sachem around past the stick of Stubinsky. Made a number. Payton the takeaway. Payton poked away by the aggressive stick of Kasper Stubinsky. Payton now the near point. Off the stick of DiGiacomo. Up top, Krush. Sends it down the far boards. Retigliano hustling after Hickson. Hickson and Retigliano battling behind Kasper Stubinsky. Now a minute gone by in this third period. Rink-wide pass hits McLaughlin, then rolled off his stick. Cole Calberer trying to outlet to DiGiacomo in neutral ice. A little bit ahead of him. Hickson takes back for Longwood. Longwood 7-4-2. Currently, in terms of the standings, find themselves 7th. Tied for 6th place with KPC. They hold on to get the win. They will be in 6th place with 18 points, tied with West Islip. as the JV standings continue to condense. To the line, held in by Calberer. Cole Calberer. Byers gets knocked down, plays the puck from his knees, in and around. Ilg first on it in the far corner. Ilg to Saguna. Saguna out in front. Hesse denied by Stebinski. First good chance of the period for either team is the result of a good quick passing play. It's Hesse where you want to be with the puck on your stick. His momentum was taking him in the other direction. Couldn't get lift on the puck. Shot off the face-off. Save made. Stebinski on the back door. Face-off to the left of Stebinski. In the draw, right on the dot, dragging it for the shot, Ilg. Stopped once more by Kasper Stebinski. Ilg, just his second goal of the year, put Sachem within one. Portanova gets over to cut off Smith. Smith took it back from Portanova, but could not catch back up with the puck before it got onto Walsh, who covers up for Sachem. Longwood, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds gone by in this third period, get the offensive zone face-off. And that should be the recipe for the Lions, is to keep the puck as far away from their goaltender as possible to preserve this lead. Saguna with Lorenzo, stride for stride on Saguna, shoulders into him and separates Saguna from the puck. Another great defensive play made by Lorenzo. Sachem, though, to establish the zone. Hesse to Portanova, little wrist shot open for a deflection in front. Got it, but it was from Lorenzo, and it went to the near corner. Kane keeps in at the near point. Kane fires across corner. Well, the host of Lions looking to go the other way on a counterattack. Here is said counterattack. Macklin Smith over the line, sweeps it in. Kane to play it. Skates around in the feet of Hamas, picked up by Zach Hesse. Hesse has Feely and Kane. Hesse takes the shot off the stick of Stebinski and out of play. With 11:37 left here in the third period. And Sachem have been involved in a number of close games this season, have not really been on the winning end of them. 5-4 loss to St. Anthony JV Gold to start the season really did set the tempo. It's been these one-goal games. Held in by Calberer. Feely, wrist shot, save made. Stebinski, Retigliano reverses. Got by the stick of Hunter. Hunter to Krush. Krush keeps in, back for Hunter. Hunter around Hickson. Hunter, far corner, around the net. Try to sweep it out in front. Now finds Retigliano. Wrist shot, missed it high, glove side. Krush. Deflection! Save made Stebinski. Feely got the stick in. Swept it right back out in front onto the stick of Gaudiello. Longwood trying to go on the counterattack. Shepard fires in. Nicotri streaks in after it. First on it in the near corner. Nicotri, little drop pass, taken over by Hunter. Hunter had Feely taken off. Great play by Byers. Feely takes it away from Byers. Feely skate the stick past him. And now Longwood trying to go the other way. Up and down the sheet they go. It's Saguna who takes it away from Shepard. And Kane fires to Retigliano. Wide open ice out here. Retigliano fires a shot, swallowed up by Stebinski. 10:17 left here in the third period. 3-2 Lions. Again, want to thank you all for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Be sure to follow us on social media at LI Sports Network. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? Hit subscribe, join our chat. Shot from the point goes wide. on our way to 12K. Isn't that something? To the point. Nice play by Fink. And away out to play it is Michael Walsh. Walsh deflected ahead by Wellman. One of the two Sachem goal scorers tonight, Zach Wellman. Fired off the high glass and down ice. That will be an icing on Longwood unless it's not, which it's not. Taby. Maresca. Portanova for Sachem. Now Taby for Longwood. Now Portanova for Sachem. Ahead to that's Loeb, rather. Patrick Loeb. Knocked off the puck by Arenzo. Continues to have a fantastic game on the back end for the Lions. Payton spins around Maresca. Tries to lead Wellman into the zone. Taby on it. And Calber unable to hold in at the far point. Maresca chips it by Calber, who fell to the ice in emphatic fashion. Krush up the far boards. Maresca lifts the stick, then put a pass for Fink. And it just rolled past the stick of Ryan Fink. Loeb and Arenzo one-on-one. Loeb. Arenzo got a poke in. Backhanded on goal and a save made by Stabinsky, but Loeb a little frustrated as he had teammates streaking on the back door, which might have been his intention, not really a shot on goal, but to try to go backdoor. And Patrick Loeb with a supportive head pat from his coaching staff on the bench. Coaching staff of Sachem represented by David Wirtz, Chris Simone, Walter Mitchell III, and William Trapani. Speaking of William Trapani, he had the third goal of the, I'm talking about the player on the varsity for Sachem, had the third goal in the game against Northport Huntington. Sachem lead that game 3-0. Trying to spoil the Northport Huntington Tigers senior night. Trying to get a big win on the season for the JV team or Sachem. Calber is shot right off the skate of Hesse. Hickson and the Longwood Lions, they're trying to hold on. Stripped of the puck by Ilg. Ilg to Saguna. Saguna backhand, hits the brakes. Back out in front. Sprawling save. Kasper Stabinsky. And again, Sachem, they're not just taking the easy shot that's there. Watch Saguna. He knows Kasper Stabinsky's going to save that. So he tries to go right back across the Royal Road, also known as the middle of the ice between those circles. Nevertheless, Stabinsky the safe deflection. It went off Hesse. Shot from Kane. Turned aside by Stabinsky. Zano to the line, and Portanova unable to hold in. Goes across to Kane. Bobbled, and now Hesse picks up the loose puck. 7:47 and counting. Hesse near circle on the backhand. Try to go forehand through the legs, and Stabinsky having none of it. 7:40 remaining in the third period. Fan reminding the players on the ice it is the third period. As I have just reminded all of you. One goal game. Retigliano trying to go forward on the faceoff, and Arenzo breaking up the chance. Never cleared the zone. Retigliano takes it right back. Shot interrupted by the stick of Nicotri, and then fanned on by DiGiacomo. Taby there. Gaudiello. Ahead now, Nicotri. Longwood with numbers if they hustle. Nicotri with Kane getting back to make it a 2-on-2. Drop for Gaudiello. Gaudiello across. Shepard fanned on it. I think I might have felt the breeze of the stick from up here as Hunter goes north with it. Retigliano near corner. Off the side of the net, in behind. Retigliano for DiGiacomo. Never got through. Hunter engaged with Arenzo in front as once again the stick of Stabinsky is caught in the net. Almost the exact same spot Stabinski gets it out of the net this time without the need of a whistle. Rutigliano unable to work his way through. Nicotri plays it back for Shepard. Over about a minute. Halfway through, over halfway through is Nicotri. Put one out in front. Calber's stick was there, and he'll bank to center. Lorenzo. Pass across to Hickson. Hickson takes it on the backhand, out of the forehand. Sachem making a fire wagon change. Hickson takes a shot right off the knee of Krush. Krush sends around for Payton. Payton, nifty little pass ahead. Wellman trying to hit Feely. No icing. Byers on the loose puck. Around for Shepard. Wellman bearing down on him. Saguna steps up from the point. Saguna thwarted by Nicotri. Wellman battling Nicotri in the far corner. And the captain for Longwood, Brandon Nicotri, comes away with the puck. Skates it up the left wing side, off the skates of the linesman. Feely, the other way for Sachem. Onside play, pocket pick from behind by Nicotri. Area pass for Shepard. Shepard, slap shot. Off the stick of Walsh and into the glove of the Sachem netminder with 5:21 to go in this third period. Getting down to it. Make or break time between Longwood and Sachem. Sachem looking for the equalizer. They have rattled off 2 straight goals in the second period, second half of the second period. No goals for either team here in the third. 2 goals back in the first for Longwood. And right now the GWG game-winning goal belongs to Nicholas Shepard on that breakaway, which he converted on over the stick of Hickson. 2-on-1. Shot off the pad. Ilg unable to get the rebound. Great recovery from Hickson. And now Hickson up ice. Shot out of a cannon. Hickson swept it on goal despite getting down to the ice. Longwood coaches wanted a call there. They don't get one. Saguna trying to go up ice here for Sachem. Pass blocked by Fink. Fink's clearing, blocked by Saguna. Back in Saguna, hits the brakes, runs out of momentum, and Maresca flips it out of the zone. Fink first on it. Kane getting back. And Kane blocks the cross-ice pass from Fink. Loeb around Hickson. Ushers it on for Hesse. Long shot from Hesse, deflects over the net. Patrick Loeb near side. Gonna generate a cycle. Portanova can't keep at the near point. And now Walsh out to play it. And Walsh finds his defenseman, Cole Calber. Calber, cross-ice flip, glove down by McLaughlin, who dumps in. Under 4 to play, third period. Longwood 3, Sachem 2, live on the LI Sports Network. Rutigliano ahead for Hesse. Sachem 3-on-2 over the blue. Rutigliano, far circle, settles, glove save made. Kasper Stabinski. One of the big stories in this game. How exceptional the Longwood Lions netminder has been. Last minute change here is Sean Feely off the ice. Forward group for Sachem, Rutigliano, Saguna, and Ilg. Portanova and Calber on the back end. Portanova, wrist shot. Blocker save made from Stabinski. Hamas backhands it to the line. Calber settles, wrists one. Blocker save made Stabinski. Saguna try to go down for Ilg. Lorenzo trying to take it away. Saguna, he shrugs off Saguna, and it clears the zone. Been speaking of the praises all night of the play of him right there, Joseph Lorenzo. Taby intercepted by Cole Calber. Calber for Kane. Pardon me, that's Saguna. And Saguna backhands in. Lorenzo off the side of the net. Cole Calber, far boards. Puts one on right off. Shepard up high. Shepard shrugging it off. He'll remain out. Macklin Smith up ice. Poke from him by Krush. Saguna. On back for Calber. Return pass Saguna. 2:25 to go, third period. Longwood holding on to a 1-goal lead. Hesse to the loose puck, but icing has been called on Sachem. Again, Sachem 4-8-1 on the year, 9 points, 1 point back of the last playoff spot, currently held by Connecticut Sayville. And timeout has been called by the charcoal and gold Sachem. Gives me a chance to highlight some of these great plays we have had in this game, but before I do, one more reminder. Again, Longwood 7th in the standings, 7-4-2 record, 16 points. Game in hand on KPC, who are 1 win ahead of them, the only reason they're ahead in the standings. Longwood immediately jumps KPC with any point in this game. Overtime loss, tie. 2 points, they get the win. They'll be tied with West Islip for 5th place. West Islip would get the nod in terms of standing seating because they have 9 regulation wins to Longwood's would be 8. Anyway, quicker timeout than I anticipated. Defensive zone draw cleared out by Retigliano. Ryan Retigliano checked to the boards by Byers. Retigliano survives. Looks to bring it around Hickson. Up top to Kane. Kane settles, wrist shot, deflected into the near corner. Keep an eye on Walsh. Walsh still in between the pipes for Sachem. Hesse, near corner, Feely. Attempts to turn one on. Retigliano backhands it into the far corner. Hesse comes together with Hickson. Hickson goes down to the ice. Hesse picks up the loose puck. Krush takes a shot. Save Sabrinsky, and he gets the glove on the rebound. Kasper Stabinski, how do you do? Krush, the one-time blast, and he gets the rebound too. My goodness. Minute 40, Walsh is at the top of the circles in the Sachem zone, looking for an excuse to run to the bench. He's not going to get one as crisp clearing here for Longwood, and Gaudiello, who opened the scoring. Gaudiello slid it wide. Kane ahead to Feely. Feely try to go rink wide with it, hit the back of Nicotri. And Walsh is already going to the bench, and Walsh is on the bench. Extra attacker is out for Sachem. Feely near corner. Hesse, top of the zone, watched by Shepard. It's the open Saguna. Saguna trying to go out in front with it. Puck somewhere in the scramble. Out to Saguna, fired it wide. Retigliano. Calber holds the fort at the near point. Down for Ilg. Ilg off the stick into Kotri. Hesse, far point. Back up top, Saguna. Saguna fakes, fans on the shot, survives, gets it down to Hesse. Hesse far circle, wrist shot! Off of the iron and out of play. Believe I heard a ping. Here's another look with 26.3 seconds left in the game. Hesse with nothing short of Mad Max madness out in front of the net. And now we see a timeout called, I believe, by Longwood. So the home timeout will overlay the Sachem empty net, which will remain empty as the Lions look to close out another close game against Sachem. Again, back on October the 5th. Longwood defeated Sachem 4-3. Score now 3-2. There were no, or pardon me, the game-winning goal scored by Nicotri occurred with 44 seconds left in the period. That was just seconds after Ilg, who now has both goals this season against Longwood, scored with 51 seconds left to tie the game for Sachem at 3. Longwood responded seconds later to win it 4-3. How will this one finish? Out in front and across for Ilg. Saguna, Hesse. Pass or shot, not sure which, blocked either way by Maresca. And now gave it away to Fink, and Fink stabs it down ice, so it'll be an icing with 4.8. 4.1 rather. You could tell Fink was just trying to redirect that puck to the back of the net. Off balance with one hand, no easy task. Face off back down, but you'd rather not an icing there. 4 seconds left. Do Sachem have a miracle? No, face-off win by Maresca. Goes into the far corner, and Longwood survive and get the win 3-2 against Sachem. Kasper Stabinski, take your bow, and he's going to flip the bottle to himself with the stick. Phenomenal play from the Longwood netminder, and many on the defensive effort as well. I mentioned Lorenzo all night. Hickson was great. Byers great. Taby great. They really did lock it down defensively. And for Sachem, another painful loss in a season filled with them. They have a quick turnaround against the top of the standing St. Anthony JV Black in 5 days from now, and have lost 3 straight, all by 2 goals or less. Longwood, they pick up the win. They get back in the win column following a 9-3 loss to aforementioned St. Anthony JV Black, and will be back in action in the month of February is their next game. February the 4th, or pardon me, I skipped one. January 21st is their next game against Smithtown Upper JV Blue. You can catch that game in every Suffolk County High School hockey game here and only on LI Sports Network. And once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to our coverage here tonight. Thank you so much. On behalf of our camera operator, Rowan Laddick, I'm Ryan Brannigan, saying so long. Until next time, as always, ladies and gentlemen, please have a good night.